Good evening, everyone. All right. Good evening. Thank you. This is welcome to the Livingston Township Council meeting, January 8th, 2024 at 7:30 p.m. Statement of compliance with the Sunshine Law, NJSA 10:40-10. This meeting is being held in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act, and adequate notice of this meeting has been provided as required by law. Specifically, the revised annual notice was emailed to the West Essex Tribune and the Star Ledger on January 2nd, 2024. The agenda and resolutions for the meeting are available on www.livingstonnj.org. Certain portions of this meeting may be closed to the public for the purpose of personnel and/or other matters as outlined in the Sunshine Law. Decisions made and/or discussed in closed sessions will be known to the public at a later time. Notice to members of the governing body and township staff: any use of electronic devices during this meeting shall be used solely for the purposes of township business, and any communications are subject to the Open Public Records Act. To the extent possible, this evening's Township of Livingston Council meeting will be live streamed via Facebook at https://www.facebook.com/Livingston Township NJ. Questions or comments will also be accepted by emailing livcomments@livingstonNJ.org. By 4:00 p.m. on the day of the meeting, each speaker should follow the rules of order in Livingston Code, Section 2-15. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Vieira.
Present.
Councilmember Begoli is absent. Councilmember Klein.
Here.
Deputy Mayor Meinhardt.
Here.
Mayor Anthony.
Here. Okay, we're going to stand for a moment of silence and then the Pledge of Allegiance. Okay. Eileen Fishman has notified me she was not coming tonight. She was not feeling well. That's the Essex County updates. She did pass on that there were no particular updates at this moment. Next, the proclamations and presentations. None out here tonight. We are presenting a proclamation to Norman's Florist for their 102-year anniversary. That will be hand-delivered to Norman's Florist, and we congratulate them on their anniversary. Next is the approval of minutes, pending any corrections. They're from December 18th, 2024, regular and conference meeting minutes, and the December 18th, 2023, first one's 2023 as well, 2023 closed session meeting minutes. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes?
Second.
Any others? Okay. All those in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Passes. All right.
Motion to open public comment on agenda items.
Second?
Second.
Okay, thank you.
Hi, Mr. Mayor. Hi, Mr. Mayor. Justin Alpert, 56 Amherst Place. Three things. One, actually, it's two things. One, with respect to the Essex County updates, you know, it's nice to have the woman come here and read from her phone from the website at every meeting, but we should really be sending our own representative to the Essex County meetings to represent us, someone who lives in town, someone who works in town. Send them to the Essex County meetings, give them our proxy to stand up for us at those Essex County meetings. Let's reverse the lines of control. Second, with respect to Resolution 24059 and 24060 with respect to audit and arbitrage and bond counsel, we don't really have a proper banking facility in this town. It would be interesting to have the bonds, you know, issue tax-free munis to people in this community, develop a cycle of cash flows, give a percent return to people who spend their interest. I'm sorry, I didn't want to interrupt you. Give a cycle of return to people who spend their interest, give them a little bit of an interest bonus to spend it in healthy local commerce and culture here in the community. It supports real living wages. Take out some of these outside institutions, build a healthy economic system. We would have opportunity to do that rather than just going out to institutions to raise the cash. Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor.
Just a quick question on that. A representative from town to go to the commissioners' meetings?
Yes.
On Wednesday nights?
And
Okay.
that way they're there, they're live,
Just
they
was
can be
clarifying.
responsive, they can think from the top of their head, they can report back to us what's going on there. They can express things, give them a certain amount of, they have a certain amount of autonomy, nothing stopping them from going, but actually send them as our agent there rather than having the county send their agent here. It would actually reverse the lines of control.
Okay.
Thank
All
you.
right. Thank you, Jess. Any other comments on the agenda items only?
Motion to
Seeing none,
close.
Motion to close. Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Yes.
All right. Tonight, we have no ordinances, no,
Mayor, we have a late addition. We have an ordinance on the easement. It was circulated prior to the meeting. I think there's
okay.
copies up front. It's ordinance 1-224, an ordinance of the Township Council of the Township of Livingston in the County of Essex, New Jersey, approving right-of-way easement with JCP&L to install utility lines to service cellular tower being constructed on Township-owned block 5700 Lot 2.
Okay. Do I have a motion to pass this on first reading? Yeah.
Second.
Okay. All in favor?
Mayor, you need a roll call.
Okay. Roll call.
Yes.
Begoli absent. Councilmember Klein.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Meinhardt.
Yes.
Mayor Anthony.
Yes.
Public
Second.
hearing, Madam Clerk?
And the public hearing will be on January 22nd, 2023.
Great, thank you.
2024. That's going to be a rough one.
We're now up to the consent agenda for resolutions. Is there a motion to pass these resolutions?
So moved.
Second.
Anyone want to separate any out or no? No?
No, thank you.
Okay, great. All right. Do I have a motion to pass it?
We had a motion second. so-
Yes, yes.
Councilmember Vieira.
Yes.
Councilmember Begoli absent. Councilmember Klein.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Meinhardt.
Yes.
Mayor Anthony.
Yes.
Motion open public portion.
I'll second.
Seeing none?
I
Second.
Thank you.
Yep. Seeing none? Yeah, we opened it. Okay. I was going to say, yeah.
All right. We're on open items now?
Yes, Mr. Albert.
All right, thank you. Hi, Mr. Mayor. Justin Alper, 56 Amherst Place. I know that there's a process in place to replace the councilwoman who we are losing to Trenton. I know that 3 members of the dais also sit on the party committee, and wondering if there are any conflicts that will require any members of the dais to hold themselves back from either voting in the party or voting here. And just curious if that creates a conflict of interest for anyone.
So, thank you, Mayor. So for the elected officials, it's very common for an elected official to be a member of the town council and also the Democratic Committee. Typically, they go hand in hand, so there would not be a conflict on any one of our elected officials voting up here and also voting as part of the Democratic Committee. They were elected to both seats. New Jersey recognizes that you could participate in your Democratic Committee. I think it's important that our elected officials participate in the grassroots of their party, whether it be Democrat or Republican. So none of the elected officials do have a conflict. I will be recusing myself from the process, as I don't want to vote for somebody who has the potential to appoint me.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor.
For the record, Justin, I'm not one of the, I'm the fourth member that's not part of that group.
I'm not either.
Yeah, I know. There are 3 members of the dais who are part of that group.
I thought you said the town council. Okay, thank you, Jeff. Any other comments?
I'll second. Oh,
Yes, come on up. Name and address and anything you want to talk about.
Ilya Novofostovsky, 11 Yale Court, Livingston, New Jersey. Basically, I'm here out of concern that was raised to me from different directions about the possibility of flying a Palestinian flag in town. I'm not sure if it's real. I didn't see it on the agenda. But I thought it was nice to start with the Pledge of Allegiance this morning in terms of the session. And basically, I understand that January happens to be an Arab American Heritage Month. I believe President Biden declared it so on March 31st, just in 2023. But that statement of Arab American heritage quickly morphed into Muslim Heritage Month and quickly morphed into possibility of an international connection with the current conflict in Gaza. And I know that a lot of people seem to be sucked into that vortex, and I just wanted to take my 3 minutes to caution the council in that regard in a number of ways. First of all, the state of New Jersey has laws concerning flying foreign flags or emblems, and obviously taxpayer money should not be spent and government facilities should not be used on foreign interests. There are also federal laws in terms of terrorist organizations and material support thereof. I'm sure you're aware of those. Also, the proclamation itself, honestly, when I read it, it was pretty inspiring, and I just want to make sure I read President Biden's first sentence, first paragraph into the record. The Arab American story is the American story, one of diverse backgrounds and faiths, vibrant tradition, bold innovation, hard work, commitment to community, and stalwart patriotism, all coming together to accomplish something greater than any one of us. This month, we join together to celebrate the immeasurable contributions of Arab Americans to our nation and recommit ourselves to the timeless work of making sure that all people have the opportunity to achieve the American dream. This is beautiful. This is all I think that I and many who reached out to me are concerned about. Obviously, my time is up, but if you have any questions, I'm happy to engage on history or anything else.
Thank you so much for that offer. We have not been asked to raise the Palestinian flag, and there is a proclamation for Muslim Heritage Month. It's different than that one. It'll be in our packet for the next time. It's shorter.
Thank you.
Yeah. Anyone else for public comment?
Hi,
Hi.
I'm Susie Lugashi. I live in Livingston. I don't know if it was brought to your attention that there was a flyer posted by the high school. I understand it wasn't on high school property, but it was a bit alarming, and I think it kind of put a fear in the Jewish community. Basically, Palestinian flag, and then with some wording of October 7th was the culmination of 70 years of oppression. I won't go through everything, but one of the quotes is, Palestine belongs to the Arabs in the same sense England belongs to the English and France to the French. It is wrong and unhumane to impose the Jews on the Arabs. Apparently Gandhi said that. And do not fall for weapons of mass destruction propaganda again. I just want to know what's being done about it. Is the police investigating who posted this. What does this fall under? To me, it's terrorism. You're terrorizing the Jewish community. You're calling out, I mean, it's hate. So I think we were all kind of upset about it, and I understand the high school can't do anything, so we're really looking for the town to do something about it, try to find out who did it and what's behind it, because we really want to feel safe in this town.
Right.
That's where I'm coming
The
from.
one you're referencing was on school property, high school property? Yes?
I was told it wasn't on school grounds, though.
There was one, I believe, Barry, there was one on a, was it a telephone pole, and it was taken down? Yes.
There was two. There was two.
I don't know if that's a telephone.
There was also one, I think, believed by the 7-Eleven in town as well. They were both taken down.
And are they investigating?
Barry, are we investigating who that possibly could be from? Cameras?
I don't know that they were looking into cameras. I'd have to check with the chief. I know that they did review it, and I think he even had contact with the county prosecutor. In terms of the content of it, did not rise to the level that the prosecutor determined was hate speech. It was largely a bunch of quotes that I assume were accurate quotes of different people, but certainly was in violation of our ordinances in terms of just posting things on poles.
Right, and misinformation also with. So I hope that you guys can do something about it.
Thank you. Anyone else? Public comment?
Hi,
Hi.
Hi.
Name and address?
my name is Yael Alexandroni. I live in Livingston. I have a kid in elementary school and a kid in middle school. Did you hear that? I'll do it again. It was too low. They caught me. They caught me. They caught me. They caught. What you just heard now was the last sign of life from Dawn, a cousin of a school friend of mine, at the very moment of her being kidnapped from her home by Hamas. She blocked her door with a refrigerator and a couch and hid under the bed. She called her mother, said that she was very scared. She cried and shouted that she could hear the terrorists very close to her door. They got her when she sent this cut-in-the-middle short voice message with Arabic shouting at the background. She sent it to her friends. Doron is a 30 years old veterinary nurse. She is a beautiful young woman with a beautiful, kind, loving heart, bright smile, shiny and curious eyes. She is a loving and caring daughter and sister and a wonderful aunt to her 5 nephews. She loves music and dancing and hanging out with her friends, and of course she loves animals. Since she was a child, she brought home any stray dog and cat that came in her way. Doron suffered from a chronic illness and takes medication daily, which she didn't get for 3 months. The Red Cross is well aware of that, but did not visit the hostages, not made sure that she got her meds for her illness. Next week will be the 100th days of her being kidnapped. Her family and friends are consumed with worry for Doron's life and safety. I am sharing with you Doron's story because unlike Doron, we have a lot of choices. And our choices will affect our lives, the place we live in, the community we live in, the safety of our families and our neighbors, the commerce, the education, and the future of our children. Doron didn't choose to be pulled out of her safe room and her home in her PJs at gunpoint. She did not choose to be away from her family and friends. She did not choose to see the destruction of the beautiful place she grew up in and the murder of her peace-searching innocent community members. Let me be clear. This is not about Jewish versus Muslims. It's about choices we make, the values we choose to live by, and who and what we stand for, the good guys or the bad guys. Doron is one of the good guys. Her kidnaps are not. I choose to stand with Doron. Who are you choosing to stand with?
Thank you. Any other public comments? We have a couple that came in by email. Anyone else here?
Seeing none, I make a motion to close public comment.
We can't.
Oh, the public, I'm sorry, but I meant for the microphone, but
Okay, the first live comment I'm going to read is on Liz Small from Edward Anderson, and he says, "What is the status of the hotel residence plans on the adjacent Livingston Mall premises now that the lawsuit against the township by a nearby homeowner was defeated?" Edward Anderson. And the other live comment I received was originally received back in October, and it is from Mr. Barnett at 25 Winter Drive, and he writes, "I ran across this article recently entitled, 'New Technology Allows Savannah Police to Unify Cameras Across City. Residents can opt in to doorbell camera program.'" He gives the URL, and he says, "With the rise in home burglaries and car thefts, perhaps this could give the police a heads up by monitoring traffic coming into Livingston. In addition, maybe the town could install cameras at major entry points into town that could also be tied into the system." And he also updated it just today, saying that I've updated the info since it was already implemented in Atlanta, and the URL was shared with the Township Council and members of the dais.
Great, thanks, Carol. Barry, on the hotel, we had approved it, and then it went through a
Yeah, so
lawsuit.
the council approved the zoning that would permit a hotel there. It's obviously privately owned property. There was a company back when Simon owned the mall that I know had expressed an interest in building a hotel. There was a legal challenge to the ordinance. It went all the way up to maybe even the Supreme Court. It went certainly to the appellate division. The ordinance was upheld, so the zoning is still in place. At present, have not heard from that prospective developer whether there's still interest, so it's private property, obviously, until they come forward to build a hotel, but legally they could build it.
That's the status of that. Councilman Klein?
I just wanted to respond to the second letter, which talked about the cameras. So the council did approve a budgetary item, and they have been installed license plate readers in town coming off the highways. We do hear from our police chief that those license plate reading cameras, or LPRs they're called, have been instrumental in, first of all, preventing many crimes, and then also helping to solve many crimes. So I think it's been, we've been told it is the most and beneficial use of technology that's available right now, and the police have been very happy with how they've been performing so far.
Thank you, Council.
Mayor, can I just add on something to that?
Certainly.
I understand that there was a robbery in town for a drugstore. The person who robbed it with the gun was caught, and that was a direct result, from what I was told by the chief, was because of the license plate readers.
That's great. That was on the cover of the Tribune this last issue. Okay. Any other public comment? Okay.
Motion to close public comment.
Second.
All in favor?
Yes.
All right, the reports of the township officials and council members. Ann, anything to report?
I wasn't expecting that. Anyway.
I was
just
looking at
quickly-
you.
Thank you. Quickly, you have your audit in front of you. You're only required to read the recommendations and comments. I can send them directly to you, so you don't have to leaf through, the whole book. And on the next meeting, I'll have the corrective action plan, and you'll sign the affidavit that you received it, okay? And if you don't want the whole book, after you read it all, you return it to me. Thank you.
Thank you. Adam, anything to report?
No update at this time.
Okay. Barry?
Nothing tonight, Mayor.
Russ?
Nothing tonight, Mayor. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Carolyn?
Nothing from me, Mayor, thank you.
Legal counsel, Mr. Cantor?
Nothing tonight, Mayor. Thank you.
Okay, council reports. Michael?
Yes. Again, I just want to wish everybody a happy, healthy, safe, and peaceful 2024. She's not here tonight, but our councilwoman is leaving us, and I'm really sad to see Rosie go. But I know that she's going to still be active in town. She's going to Trenton. I will be down there tomorrow for her swearing in. So on behalf of myself, my family, I'm sure the entire council, I'm sure we all wish Rosie the best of luck as she assumes the title of Assemblywoman. So I don't know whether she's at home watching. I know she's getting ready to get down to Trenton early, But best of luck to her, and I know we got an assemblywoman who will have an office in Livingston. That's great. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael. Sean?
I would echo that. Also going down to see Rosie sworn in tomorrow, and very excited for her. And I see Lucas in the audience, and I know he's coming too. So good stuff. I just want to go through a couple of questions. We were going to have an enforcement listings today. By this meeting, what's going on with the enforcement?
Yeah, I did speak to the code enforcement official. They're working on putting together, there's actually going to be a year-end report, a full year summary, and I hope to have that by the next meeting.
Any motion on 31 Cornell with the sidewalk there?
I will have to follow up. I did push that along.
Okay. The RFP for Licari and Strawman, I know that was supposed to be that was going to be done by today or this week? This meeting?
I think it's due, replies are due at the end of the month. I did speak to the purchasing agent. She had to finalize a few things while I was out of the office, but that we'll have, and then the procedure calls for identifying up to a number of respondents, and then we will have an interview process, so we will be talking about who should sit in on that, probably representatives from the Open Space Committee. Obviously couldn't have more than 2 council members, but that was something I wanted to bring up, to put together an interview committee.
There is that committee on the Licari-Strawman committee that presently exists right now. That's waiting on this. So
yeah, I think there'd be members from that. This is to interview prospective candidates, and it's now been expanded to also include the second Strawman and Orchard Hill as well.
Okay. So we also talked briefly about, I have said before, I think it's really important with the development around the circle on Route 10 that it becomes a walkable circle. We need sidewalks there. And a couple of years ago, we talked with the state about redoing the circle, and I think it's becoming crucial as this area starts to be a focus of housing units, that people don't have to get in the car every time they want to do something, that they'll be able to walk to places and all the shops and stores in that area. So otherwise, traffic will become, worse. Did we reach out to the state and find out what's going on with that?
I know the engineer did. You'll recall we'd had, and I think it was actually during your tenure as mayor, we had a Zoom meeting where the state kind of floated a bunch of different concepts by us, told us that then they were going to come back. We had an invite for another meeting earlier this year that was then canceled without explanation and not rescheduled. So I did speak to the township engineer. I know she's been in communication with the state. She sent out the inquiry. I have not heard back from her, so I assume that means she did not hear back from them, but I will follow up with her.
Thank you. And I just want to say, all of us on the dais here, the council, had a wonderful Shabbat dinner at Rabbi Zalman Grossbaum's house this past Friday, and I just wanted to publicly thank him for what a warm and beautiful night that was.
Thank you. Deputy Mayor?
Thank you very much. A couple things. A happy and healthy New Year to everybody. Following up on what Councilman Klein said, it was a lovely dinner. I want to thank the rabbi and Toba for that as well. Shout out to the DPW who did a great job with our streets for the snowstorm. They always do a wonderful job, and this snowstorm, while it was smaller in nature than most, was wonderful as well. So we thank them for all the work they did. Also want to recognize a town resident, Josh Comer, and his son, Adam, who have spent the last 2 weeks in Israel volunteering for the Mogen David, the Red Cross there. Also took collections up to do a grilling evening for IDF soldiers who have come off the line. So a big shout out for him as well. And finally, it is Monday night, so to all my fellow Michigan fans out there, go Blue.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor. Some of these are repeats. I do thank Rabbi Zalman Grossbaum for what a beautiful evening that we all shared, welcoming us to his home, and just a great night of laughter and really togetherness. We wish Rosie Bagoli the best in Trenton in her new role as Assemblywoman. We do have Martin Luther King Day, Day of Service coming up next Monday. It starts at 11 o'clock at the Community Center. A shout out to our DPW. I did not get many calls of any problems with the roads, and I think they did a great job on that. And I wish everyone a happy and healthy New Year. Thanks so much. We're going to adjourn the meeting now. Motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Yes.
Thanks. Thank you, everyone, for coming out.